Okay, we're going to start Photoshop Lesson 4, which is all about layers and working with layers, manipulating the layers, adding layer styles, reordering, renaming. It's all about layers. Working with layers can be a big pain because you always have to make sure you're working with the correct layer for editing. However, there are some advantages. The main one is that it's easier to edit and apply styles to an independent layer without affecting everything else. You can also change the order of how they appear overall on the canvas. So we need to go ahead and open Photoshop. Once Photoshop loads, you can click for your mini bridge. You can launch your bridge. Click the drop down arrow next to Lessons and click on Lesson 4. We want to open 04 Start. You can see where we're headed, but let's go ahead and open 04 Start. Okay. First thing we should do is save it, so let's go File and Save As. Go to your name, Assignments, create a new folder called Photoshop Lesson 4, and you can save it as 04 Start. Okay, the first thing you should notice is that there are 5 layers. The first layer at the bottom is your background layer. The little lock means that it's locked, means you cannot move it, you cannot change it. That's just how it's supposed to be. You can unlock it, but for the purpose of this we don't need to unlock it. The little eye next to the layer means that the layer is visible in the window. If you were to click the eye, the layer would no longer be visible. So if I take and click on the eye, notice that you get the transparent background. The transparent background is the checkerboards. It just tells you there's nothing there. And you can click back on it to make it visible. From your mini bridge, we want to open, so double click on the beach picture. Notice it does open in another tab. There's also only one layer, because when you create a new image with a white or colored background, the bottom layer in the layers panel is named background. An image can only have one background layer. So there is really no background for this. This picture is the background, but what they did was they put the picture on to a blank canvas with a background layer that was white or whatever color it was, and then they put the picture on, got it set right, and then they unlocked the background layer and deleted it, so we only have one layer. Let's rename layer 1. So remember to rename a layer, you double click on the letters, and you want to name it Beach. Make sure that you have your Move tool selected, and let's go up to our menu bar and click on Window, Arrange, and you want to up, and you can do vertical or horizontal, whichever you prefer. With the Move tool selected, click and hold on the beach picture and drag to the picture of the pineapple. Then once you've dragged it over, you can release your mouse, close the beach picture, and we don't really need to save, so you can click No. And let's go ahead and save. Real quick. In the Layers panel, click on the icon that is next to the pineapple so it is no longer visible. Okay, so we want only the beach to be visible. Let's go ahead and move it into the center of the canvas so that way we can see the whole beach picture. Make sure, let's click on the beach layer. Make sure you're on the beach layer. Press and hold your Alt key and click the eyeball next to the beach. Pressing and holding Alt next to a layer hides all layers, including the background layer. The checkerboard indicates a transparent area, meaning that there is nothing else available other than this picture. Let's click on the FX button on the Layers panel. FX. And click on Stroke. Change the size to 5, so stroke is the outline of the image. You want the blend mode to be normal. You want the position to be inside. Let's change our color to white. So drag up to the far left corner. And then you can click OK for the color picker. Once you have all of those changed, you can click OK. So now there's a white border on the inside of our picture of the beach. Let's go ahead and turn on all of our layers. Okay. Click on the beach layer, make sure the beach layer is active. Click and hold on that layer and drag so that the beach layer is between the flower and the pineapple. So click and hold on the beach layer and drag so it's between the flower and the pineapple. And to do that, as you're moving layers, if you notice a bouncing bar between my layers, that shows you where the position is going to go. So you want that bold bar to be between flower and pineapple. Let's click on the postage layer. And right now our postage is really dark. We don't need it to be like that, so we're going to change the opacity. And the opacity is located in your layers panel next to where it says normal. You want the opacity to say 25. So you can move the slider or you can just type it in, 25, and press enter. So now it's pretty transparent, you can't really see through it. Opacity refers to the transparency of the layer. Notice that when we changed the opacity, it made it almost invisible. Click the eyes next to Hawaii, flower, and beach. Okay, once you've got the eyeballs shut off, right click on the word pineapple and click duplicate layer. A dialog box pops up. Make sure you are clicked on the pineapple. Once this is popped up, just click OK. Make sure you are clicked on the pineapple copy layer. Click on the box that says normal, and this is your blending modes menu, so click on where it says normal and choose overlay. So we're going to blend these two layers together. So notice how our pineapple layer is really dull, it doesn't look very bright, it doesn't even really look like a real pineapple, it just kinda is there. However, once we put the pineapple copy on top of it and change the blending mode to make the two layers stand out, they are very bright and vibrant and colorful. The shadows are deeper. It looks more realistic. This is how a pineapple should look when you go to the store. Let's click on the postage layer and choose a blending mode of multiply. So what it's doing is now it's multiplying the darkness and everything of the layers below to help make it stand out. And let's click Save. Okay, click on the beach layer to make sure it is visible. Click Edit and Free Transform. Oops. Make sure you're clicked on the beach layer, so if yours highlighted the postage just like mine did, go ahead and press Enter to set your transformation and click on the beach layer. Make sure you are on the beach layer. Click Edit and Free Transform. So we want to transform the beach layer. And make the picture so it's 50% high and 50% wide. To do that, where you change it is the W and the H. Okay, so we want to change this to 50 and this to 50. And you can press Enter twice. Okay, so now that we have got it resized, we need to rotate it. And let's go Edit Free Transform again. And the rotate is the little, it looks like a triangle on the option bar. So W, H, rotate. We want to rotate it 15 degrees. Okay, go ahead and press Enter twice. So that way we set our actual transformation. Now let's make our Hawaii layer, our flower layer visible. And we want to still be on the beach layer, so we can move our beach layer so it fits just under the corner of the flower. Okay. And let's click File, Save. Okay, right now our background is very plain. It's just white, it's boring, it's not, doesn't even look like it's supposed to. We're supposed to have clouds in the background. So what we're going to do is we are actually going to create a new layer. But let's click on the background layer. And now click New Layer button on the Layers panel. Trash can, New Layers. When you create a new layer will be added above whatever layer is selected. In this case, it was selected right above the background layer because that's the layer we had selected. If you're at the top, it's going to appear at the top. If you're in the middle somewhere, it's going to appear above whatever layer you have selected. And let's rename that layer to be Clouds. In the color panel, so we need to change our color from green or whatever color you have there to R is 48, G is 138, and B is 174. Okay. Click Filter on the menu bar, click Render, and click Clouds. So what it did is it took the color and it did some Photoshop magic and created clouds for us. Let's go ahead and save. Click on the pineapple copy layer. And from your mini bridge, click and hold on Flower 2 and drag it in to the Photoshop window. Notice when you drag it in, a white bar all the way around your Photoshop window pops up, and you can release your mouse. Okay, so what we did was we brought this flower too into our postcard. What we need to do is click and drag, and we want to only use a corner of the actual picture. So we're going to put it so that the stem part or the center part of the second flower is right in the corner of the lower left. Go ahead and press enter to place it. As long as you have pictures saved on your hard drive from the internet in a JPEG form, you can bring them into Photoshop. You cannot just drag them over, you must have them saved. So from the internet, your pictures have to be saved for you to be able to drag them in. Let's go ahead and click on File and Save. So far, what we've done is we've added a new layer, we've played with the blending modes, we've transformed and added an effect or a style, we've made layers visible and non-visible, we've changed the order, all mostly in this Layers panel. Now what we're going to do is we're going to work with some text. We're going to make some text really pop. So let's make the Hawaii layer visible and click Select and deselect layers to deselect all of the layers. And let's click on Window and Character to open our character panel. Change the font to Birch STD or Birch Standard. Change the font to the font style to regular, which it automatically is. Change the font size to 36. The anti-aliasing, which is the AA at the very bottom. Mine says sharp right now. I'm not sure what yours says, but mine says sharp. And you want it to be crisp. Change the large tracking which is the VA, to 250. Then you want to click the all caps button and also the bold button. In the color panel, so let's open the color picker, or click on the wherever your color is at, and you want R to be 88, G to be 217, and B to be 31. And then you can click OK. So now we're going to type in green. On the picture just below the H, I want you to click on the Type tool. And I want you to click right below the H, and I want you to type Island Paradise. Go ahead, and then once you have it typed in there, click on your Move tool and center it so it's centered beneath Hawaii. Select the Hawaii layer. So we're done with that for right now, but let's click on the Hawaii layer. Make sure you're on your Move tool. Right click the thumbnail of the Hawaii layer. so the actual picture part, and click Select Pixels. It selects all of the pixels on the Hawaii layer, which just happens to be the white layer or the lettering. Click the Gradient tool on the toolbar. It's under the eraser, and mine's hidden under my paint bucket, but you want the Gradient tool. On the option bar, make sure that Linear Gradient is selected, which is the drop down arrow, or sorry, not the drop down arrow, the first icon. Click the colors panel, and change R to 255, G to 170, and B is 0. Click the arrows next to the gradient editor to get the drop down box, and you want the first one, which is foreground to background. Click the picture. So let's go ahead and click out of that. Sorry, I clicked something else. Go ahead and just click out of that so your picture is showing. Click at the bottom of the H, so position your mouse at the bottom of the H and drag straight up. If you have problems being straight, like you get it and it's kind of going like this, press your Shift key and it will go straight up. Once you get to the top of the H, release the mouse and then release the Shift key. So that's called a gradient, where it fades from one color to the next. Let's go ahead and deselect and save. Okay, we're getting closer to being finished, but we need to apply some more layer styles. So what we need to do is click on the Island Paradise layer. Click FX at the bottom of the Layers panel and click on Drop Shadow. You want the blend mode to be multiply, the opacity to be 75, angle to be 78, distance to be 5, spread to be 30, and the size to be 10. Go ahead and click OK to set the drop shadow. Now, press and hold the Alt key on the keyboard, click and drag the shadow effects to the Hawaii layer. So effects to Hawaii. Make sure you have your Alt key pressed when you try to move them, because if you just try to move it without, it deletes it. So make sure you have your Alt key selected when you go to move them between layers. Click on the Hawaii layer, click FX, and click on Stroke. You want the size to be 4, position to be outside, blend mode to be normal, opacity 100, click on the color swatch, R is 88, G 217, and B should be 31. And click OK and OK to set the stroke. Click on the flower layer, which is the first, not flower to flower. It should be this flower up here. Click on FX and click on Drop Shadow. You want the blend mode to be multiply, the opacity to be 60, the distance to be 13, and the spread to be 9. Before you click OK, I want you to go and over on the left, click the check mark next to satin and click satin. Change the color of the satin so that R is 255, G is 0, B is 108. Click OK for the color. You want the opacity to be 20 and the distance to be 22. Then you can click OK to apply both of them. If your flower came out dark, you need to go back and listen to the instructions on how to do the satin, because I can guarantee you if your flower turned out dark, you did not correctly set your satin. Okay, so if your flower looks like mine, we want to click on the Island Paradise layer. Select the horizontal type tool. On the option bar, change the font size to 32 and press enter. Even though you didn't have the text selected, it still changes it because Photoshop now thinks that the text has its independent layer. So if you just have the type tool selected and the layer selected and you change the font size, it'll automatically change it for you. Click after the D on Island. Press space, type of, and you may have to put another space in there or you may not. Okay, it just depends on where you clicked, if it was right before the P or right after the D, depending on where that space would be at. Once you have it set just like that, go ahead and click on your move tool and recenter it beneath the Hawaii layer. You may have to move it over just a little bit one way or the other. And let's go ahead and do a file save. The last couple things that we're going to do is we're going to add a border. So to add a border, you need to click on the postage layer. Move your postage so that your postage is in the middle right. Your circle should pretty much be in the center of the postcard, and then your little wavy flying little things, wings, need to be flowing off the edge of this the postcard. Click on the Island of Paradise, which is your top layer, and click the New Layer button. Remember, new layers or any layer that is added to, when you drag in a picture, you're adding a new layer, it will appear above whatever layer you have selected. Click Select on your menu bar and click All. Click Select and Modify and click on Border. And another box will pop up and you want to type 10 pixels. We want it to be 10 pixels. And click OK. And let's go ahead and make sure that our colors are set on default. And then I want you to click the little X, or sorry, not the little X, the little arrows next to where you set default to switch your foreground and background. So we want white as the foreground color. And I want you to click on Edit, Fill, and instead of Content Aware, I want you to change it to Foreground Color, and click OK. Deselect. I just did Control D. Rename that layer as Border. And let's go ahead and save. Okay, so for the most part, we are finished. We have one thing left to do. We always, when we are working with Photoshop files, if you notice, look at our document size down here on my status bar. It says 2.29 by 27.9. This 27.9 is what the document size is with all of my layers. Okay, that's really big and it's really hard to email this to somebody. If we were going to send this to a company that wanted to print them and they needed to approve something, we could not send them one with all of the layers. So what we need to do is we'll have to flatten it. However, when you are flattening images, you do not ever want to get rid of the original layers and everything. So we have got this saved as our Photoshop file with our layers. So before we flatten this to have it saved and ready for our company to approve or whoever's going to approve it, then we need to duplicate it. So let's click on Image and Duplicate, and it's going to ask you 04 Start Copy. We want to change this to 04 Flat. Okay, and click OK. Now we have two different tabs. Go ahead and click on the 04 Start tab and close it. Make sure you save the changes on that one because it had all of your layers. So now we've got our 04 Flat. Right click on any of the layers, do not except for the type layer. Okay, so let's just click on the border layer, right click on the border layer and click Flatten Image. Okay, so now let's click on File and Save As. Okay, so you can save this in your, make sure, just to double check, that you are in your Assignments, Photoshop Lesson 4 folder. And you want to save this as 04 Flat. However, I want you to change it to a JPEG. Not everybody's going to be able to open Photoshop documents or formats. Okay, so you're going to have to save it as a JPEG, and if you need to email it to somebody that wants to view it. So click the drop down arrow, click on JPEG, which is the first one available, and click Save. This JPEG options will pop up. Just always click OK on that. Okay, once you have done that, you are done, but let's take a minute to review. One thing about flattening images, it allows you to save space in a folder. It makes it very small, compact, it's a small size to save. However, once you have flattened an image, you cannot fix individual layers anymore. Notice that when we flattened it, all of our layers went away. Okay, when you get to doing your assignments, make sure that when I go into grade that you have saved it. One is a flat JPEG and one is a Photoshop. If you do not save your layers, you will not receive full credit for your assignment. I can guarantee you that. But let's kind of take a minute and talk about what we did. We added quite a few layer effects. So we have a border on our beach layer. We have a drop shadow, a stroke, excuse me, not a border, a stroke around our Hawaii layer. We have a drop shadow on our flower, and we also have a satin to make the flower kind of stand out a little bit. We changed the opacity. Remember, the opacity for a layer is right here on your layers panel. You also have the filter, which creates the realistic looking clouds, and then you also can change by using your blend modes. Okay, make sure you have saved everything and you can close Photoshop.